You're listening to Home Sweet Home on Jaffrey Radio.
Your online radio. The new online radio that makes you happy.
You've been kept down for much too long. Stand up, please, and say I am free. Don't forget you are welcome home, welcome home.
Jaffrey Radio.
Come with me on this happy trip back to the promised land. All will be happy and gay. Come with me on this happy trip back to the promised land.
You're listening to Home Sweet Home on Jaffrey Radio. You're listening to Home Sweet Home on Jaffrey Radio.
Hello, viewers. This is your favorite program, Home Sweet Home. We thank you so much for always tuning to Jaffrey Radio for Home Sweet Home program. We are there for you, and we know that you are there for us. Without you, this program cannot be a program. So thank you for watching us all the time. Thank you for your contributions all the time. And we promise you nothing but the best. And before I introduce the members, let me acknowledge the sponsors first, and then we continue. We have Bayside Modeling Agency, the Church of Pentecost Japan. Church of Pentecost have 6 branches: Kawaguchi, Aldaiko, Sagamihara, Nagoya, Osaka, Yokosuka PIWC, and Tokyo Shinjuku PIWC. We have Zion Company Limited, Afrokids Japan, Simon Noble Solicitors, Turmeric Hotel at East Legon, Accra, Willie Knox Jeans, 1225 Jeans, the best clothing line in town. This program is streaming live on all our social media handles. So what we want you to do is first subscribe and share. Subscribe Jaffrey Radio, and then Home Sweet Home program. Share it to your friends and your loved ones so that they can be part of this family. Yes, you can subscribe to YouTube, Facebook. We are on Instagram and also Twitter. So please do that and share so that the wonderful discussions that we are having, your friends can also be part of it, and they will also benefit from what you are benefiting right now. Okay, I have my panel with me, but I will introduce the male first because the female, she'll be here very soon. Yeah, so we have our able Mr. POD. Mr. POD, you're welcome.
Thank you, Mommy. Yeah.
Thank you. And Mama Sose will be here very soon, so we'll talk about that one later. Yes, today's discussion, we are continuing from where we stopped the last time on our relationship with our in-laws. In fact,
This is Jaffrey Radio.
a special request came that we have to continue this because it's something that is troubling people, something that is worrying most of people in their marriages. So they want us to talk about it again. Ebi mo se auntie no, maamefo, papafo, mmayewa na ɛwɔ awareɛ mu no, maamefo na ɛte awareɛ ase, and ɛwɔ sɛ yɛka ho asɛm yie. So we're going to talk about our daughter-in-laws, mother-in-laws, our aunties, our uncles, and also our sister and brother-in-laws. So, if you have not joined yet, please join. And if you have joined, just call your friend and share so that the friend can also join. Uncle, our relationship with our in-laws. But today basically we'll base on not much on our mother-in-law or father-in-laws, because last week we talked much about them. But now our aunties and our uncles and the sister and brother-in-laws, they also contribute much in our marriage life. So we need to talk about them also. Yes. So I will ask, what do you think? Is it good to involve them much in our discussions, in our marriage life? Or we should just create a gap between us and them?
No.
Us as marriage people? Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And we want to. I want to thank you for the opportunity. This time too, and we also want to thank our listeners, those who are far and near, listening or watching us.
This is Jafric Radio.
We give glory to God for such a wonderful opportunity.
Great.
Yeah. Last week we were here and we basically talked about the impact of these our in-laws on
Yes.
our marriages. And as we said the other time, the in-laws basically is not all about the mother-in-law and the
Okay.
father-in-law.
Yes.
And based on your question, it means that we also have the other aspects, or even as we started the other time, based on our definition, we made mention that it's not only the father-in-law and the mother-in-law, it also involves the daughter-in-laws and the sons-in-law, or brother-in-law and sister-in-law.
Yes.
Sorry. And like your question says, should we also involve those? I think basically we must involve them, because as you cleave and you become one,
Okay.
you've now got into a new family.
Okay.
Or when you marry, as normally we say that as you marry the whole family.
The whole family.
So
yes.
in that moment there is no segregation here, all inclusive. But if you remember the other time when we were talking about, there should be some form of limitation.
Okay.
Yes, I would say we'll be in a lane. Everybody must be in his own lane. You cannot automatically delete them or segregate them out of the marriage, because they are also part of the family, and their contributions to the marriage is also very important.
Yeah.
So in my initial opinion, that is what I want to say, that those people need not to be forgotten. They need to be part of the marriage,
Okay.
because they are also part of the family. So we need to include them, but to a certain point,
Yeah.
that they will not be poking their nose in all our affairs.
All our affairs,
Yes,
yeah.
because if the other time we were talking about certain boundaries.
Yes.
When you open the door wide, a lot of air will enter.
That's right.
Yes. But when you open the door wide, but you are being careful about the things that you want it to enter, surely
This
you
is
know
Jafric Radio.
the things that you allow to enter and the things that you allow not to
Not
enter.
to enter.
So it means that you should allow them to be part of the family,
Okay.
because in tree they say adrin and as ni baku fro etri.
Tree. Yeah.
Yes, you may be at a certain point that you may need the person's help, and more especially it is them that have lived with that person for long. Yeah, aside you know, there is certain things in life that even there are certain people in life, they may not be used to their parents, but they growing up, they stayed with their elder or younger brothers.
Okay.
Yeah, so they even sometimes they've taken their elder brothers or younger brothers as their parents more than their biological parents.
Okay.
I think these things are there are certain people that are like that. So when you get to that situation whereby sometimes the person that who is married sees his brother or her sister more like a parent than the real father. I think in that moment you cannot take that person out of the marriage. So to me, in my initial reaction, what I want to say is that they need to be included, but we should set boundaries.
Set boundaries.
Yes, so that they will not cross it. But one thing is that their inclusion shouldn't be supreme than you and your wife.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Because whatever you do, you, your wife, and your husband, your decisions should hold more than theirs. Like we were saying the other time, they can contribute, but the final analysis or the final decision should
This
be
is
taken
Jafric
by you.
Radio.
In that aspect, they shouldn't rule your marriage, or they shouldn't be. They shouldn't decide for you.
Yeah.
Yes, because mostly that, as we were saying the other time, it is you both who are living that feels the hotness, that feels the pressure in the marriage. So the other person or the younger, the brother-in-law may sympathize with you, but that empathy cannot be compared to you and your wife. So that is what I want to say for my point initially. Then I think we can. Yeah.
I got a call from a brother
Okay.
from US, and he said his uncle helped him to travel abroad.
Okay.
And when he was going, the uncle told him that if you plan to build a house back home, just let me do that for you. And that brother has a wife before he left. So during the time that he wanted to do that housing project, he didn't consult the uncle.
Okay.
But her wife was so strong to do it for her.
For him. Yeah.
For him, sorry. And since that time, the uncle was so mad at him, and they are not in a good terms right now. So what he is asking, what would he do?
But in the first place, so far as your uncle, since your uncle brought you, though he brought you, but he shouldn't determine your life for you.
Okay.
I mean, that is what I want to say initially. Even though you've brought me abroad, it means it shouldn't be that you should decide everything for me. I also think
Okay.
that is in the first place that I think the uncle shouldn't take offense in that. Because you helping me, at the end of the day, I wanted to build.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I've achieved what I'm supposed to achieve. It's building.
Yeah.
It's building that. So I gave it to my wife to build. But one thing is that, as we said, the two shall become one. So if my wife is doing it, it's like I who is doing it.
That's right.
Hey, so why do you take offense in that? Or is it because you sent me abroad? Then whatever that whatever decision that I should come and consult you. Then it means that I you've bought me, and I cannot make my own decision.
Great.
So to me, the uncle shouldn't take offense, but maybe you should tell the uncle that maybe this is what he has done. Though you told me I should have done this, but I married this because I'm married now. I don't know whether when he was going he wasn't married, or when he was going, was he married?
Yes.
He was married.
He was married.
Yeah, since he was married, but I think because he was going, he told the maybe he had even discussed with the wife earlier. And so I don't think he shouldn't take offense in that. Maybe he should just tell him that this is what he has done. But while if the uncle has a good motive,
Yeah.
and when he has built the house already, why should you be angry, or why should you have problem with it?
That's right.
That is my point. Because at the end of the day, it's the building that we want.
We want.
And if you have good motives about me building, why do you worry that I didn't consult you? But at the end of the day, it's the building that we wanted. What we want, you wanted us to build, and I have built. So what is what makes you angry? So to me, I think the uncle shouldn't take offense.
Yeah.
You should go to him and explain these things to him. This is really a peculiar problem, because mostly when people take people abroad, then they shadow them or they overshadow them.
Yeah.
They think that men are do buy it. There was a meme yebiana. Men are do buy it. There was a meme kind of way there. Meanwhile, the person also have mind to think about. Maybe he had also planned about. He had a certain plan of in terms of the planning of the building. Maybe this type of building that I want. Maybe the uncle would have gone and built in a different way. What about that? To me, what I want to say is that so far as the purpose of building has been achieved, the uncle shouldn't be angry. That is what I want to say.
Wow, the uncle shouldn't be angry, brother. I hope you are listening to us. So far as the purpose has been achieved, uncle, you don't need to be angry. So what is the most important is your nephew has been able to build the house, and that one is very important. So you shouldn't be angry. Viewers, I told you that Auntie Ya will be here with us, and we thank God Auntie Ya has arrived. So we want to welcome Nana. Yes, Nana, for being here with us. You're welcome.
Thank you very much. And I'm sorry for being late.
Yeah, we understand that it was
to my host and that to the viewers. I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you
I'm
so
being
much.
pardoned.
I hope so. Yes, yeah. The discussion on the table. I had a call from a brother from US, and he said the uncle helped him travel abroad, and when he was going, the uncle told him, in case you want to do a building project back home, you should consult him first, and he will do it for him. But unfortunately, when he decided with the wife, and the wife stood in and built the house. But the uncle was so angry with him, and he doesn't know what to do. Now they are not in a good terms right now. So he asking, what should he do?
The uncle is also abroad?
No,
or
back home.
back home?
Yeah,
And the wife is also back
back
home?
home. It's only the guy who is in abroad.
Okay.
Yes. And
So-
instead of the guy sending the money and all the project and the plan to the uncle to do for him, he sent it to the wife, and the wife did the project.
So at the long run, was the project done?
Very done. It was done perfectly. But the uncle was so angry. Why didn't he bring to him to do it for the nephew than to send it to the wife?
Penny ready. Uncle, you have to understand. Because that's why I asked you if the project was done.
Yeah.
If it wasn't done, there's going to be complaints or
That's
question mark.
true.
But here is the case. I don't know the motive the uncle has.
Okay.
But if he had good intentions, I don't think he should have a problem with that.
Okay.
But I don't know whether that guy also tried to inform his uncle that, uncle, please, I'm trying to do this or do that. But I want my wife to be in charge of it, because I don't want to bother you. Like, he can say something in a nice way, at least. You know, I don't know whether they're Africans. Are they?
Yes, Africans.
They're Africans. And from my side, looking at the African view from our side, people feel that when I help you get a certain stage, you should look back, turn back to appreciate me. That's what we always have in mind.
That's right.
So at least he'll be offended that I took you there.
That's right.
I told you your plans. You want to do this. If you want to do it, I'm still here for you. You can still contact me. He didn't get that, so he's really disappointed.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's painful.
Okay.
He will feel hurt. Probably he might think that after all, you never trusted me. You thought I couldn't do it. What are you thinking? Probably you think I might spend your money and wouldn't do your project for you.
Okay.
So he might have all those things in mind.
Okay.
But he should also think that so far as the project has been done and it's good without any problems, I think he should try his possible best to forgive his son or nephew, let me say it that way. So I don't think it should be a big problem. But I thought his nephew could have used a nice way
To inform him.
to have informed him that this is what I want to do. So with that one, if he had problem with the uncle by informing him like, I want my wife to do it for me, then you know that no, my uncle, maybe there is more to it. Okay. So I don't know whether it came as a surprise. Hey, my nephew has built or he has done a project. I never knew about it.
That he told me that he informed the uncle when he bought the land. Yes. But that was the point that the uncle was so upset that if you want to buy a land, why don't you let me do it for you instead of your wife?
Does the uncle work at the Lands Commission?
No. But maybe
And
he
is he a
wanted to
building
help the
contractor?
nephew.
You said,
Maybe he was
He
just
was-
trying to be there for him.
oh, okay.
Okay, he
But-
was just
but-
trying to be there for him, and disappointment set in because maybe when she was like, "I'll do everything to help you,"
To help you.
and then you got the chance, you swerved. So they are from a chi. So they are coming before
The two shall be one.
The one CD and the two CDs that
the
get
two shall be one.
Because initially, like I was saying, if the uncle has positive motive, he shouldn't worry at all. Because at the end of the day, like
It's the same
my
project
sister,
that
yes,
has
my
been
sister
done.
asked, was the project done? If it wasn't done, that would have yes. But at the end of the day, I wanted to build. You even suggested that if I want to build, I should tell you. But at the end of the day, I have been able to build. Why should you take offense? But like what she was saying, where are we coming from?
Yeah.
It's like you've shown some level of disrespect.
That's right.
But the issue, that's why I was saying that the though you've sent the person out, it doesn't mean that he should
Should be
succumb
accountable to you
yes
all the
everything.
time.
He's a mature person, but a person who has married.
That's the problem we face in Africa,
The
especially
person
in
who has
Ghana.
married, yeah, these things are realities.
Yes, yes. yes.
So the uncle will say, "Oh, but they will call you. I feel they will ye could see that one can't let me say then what would they mention?
Yeah.
That is the problem we have. But I think that he should find a nice way and tell him that this is what he has done. But the uncle shouldn't take offense because at the end of the day, it's the same building that you. Maybe the uncle may be thinking that if he had handled it, maybe the cost would have. He had other plans to maybe. That would have reduced the cost of the building and other things. Maybe he had gotten other materials that may be a little cheaper, and that there may be a lot of thinking. But what I want to know is that by the end of the day, what we wanted to achieve,
Has been achieved.
your country say so free throw, if we do also now be sure, and I say, otare home. Oh, so now be sure, and that's all Tare home now be sure. Say the so far as someone.
What? Can you explain this in
Yes,
English?
that's what I.
If
It
you-
means yeah. When someone is on top of a tree and falls down, or someone in the process of climbing and falls down, at the end of the day, there is a fall.
That's right.
That's what I mean. So here, at the end of the day, there is a building that shows there is something that shows that the person has built. So why do you take offense?
Great.
But to me, the problem is the level of maybe the thinking of disrespect here. That is from our African perspective, like what my sister is saying. You may think that then the other thing that my sister was, you maybe think, hey, and because maybe when he brings the money, he thinks that I will be spending the money, then I will be doing the money. So that level, you may say, now he doesn't even trust me. Then the uncle will start to refer you. When you were going, it was me who did this. I had to do the. You would be clear. You were not able to. You were not even having passport. I had to go and the African thing.
Yeah. But
then you go and bring your archives and come and tell you that this. Yeah.
One thing I don't understand is always we dwell in the negative aspect. Maybe the uncle should have also think that maybe the nephew don't want to bother him so much. Yeah. But why always you
And
don't
also,
trust me? And
I think
blah,
it
blah.
also depends on the relationship they had.
Okay.
The relationship they had. I don't know how they were.
Yeah, but for an uncle to send you abroad, if you
It
don't
means
have
he really had
a
good
cordial
plans for you.
relationship,
Good
it wouldn't be.
intentions, love, and that. So I think he'll be so disappointed.
Yeah.
To be honest, he'll be so disappointed. He'll be so hurt. But he should try and forgive him. At
Wow.
least he thinks that's what we were saying last week, the other time.
Yeah.
When they get married, they think they've lost their sons. They think they've lost their daughters.
Yeah.
Get it? So he thought that you left me behind, and then you took a woman, a stranger who is not part of the family. You gave everything to her to do it for you, whilst I was there. Look at everything I've done for you, everything I did, the love, everything. Like my brother was saying, probably he wasn't having a passport.
Yeah.
He has to go to the length and breadth of places to get him a passport. And then you just stood up. He said you've given the money to a woman to make a project for you. Sometimes it's very hard, but
This is Jafric
as far as
Radio.
the project has been done, and there's no problem with it. His uncle should just find a place in his heart to forgive him. He should try to forgive him.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't
Right.
think it should be a big deal. I think it hurts, but at least he should try and forgive
But
him.
mommy, to look at the other way around, wouldn't the lady or the woman who was married to the man or who is married to the man got hurt when he also, heard that the husband has given the money to the uncle to build a house whilst the lady is also there?
The woman shouldn't get hurt. The woman shouldn't, because you weren't there when they were there.
Okay.
You never knew the relationship they had. Probably when you came into the marriage, your husband told you about it. So if you know that cordial relationship they had, and you know that your husband trusts his uncle so much that he's ready to lay his life down for him, and then he tries to let his uncle do his project for him, the woman should try and understand. Okay, there shouldn't be a problem. Sometimes we shouldn't be the reason families are always quarreling.
Okay.
We shouldn't put more pressure into it.
Great.
Unless there becomes a problem, there is a problem. That the uncle, when I sent him money to get some 40 bags of cement, he spent half of it and he got only 20. For that, you have a stand, you have something to say. That no, then I'm not going to allow it.
Okay.
That is when you come in and say, hey, my husband, please, let's be careful. Because he's not doing what we planned. That one, you can come in and then take position to do it.
Okay.
But if your husband thinks he trusts this particular person and that he can do his project for him, just let it be. You can go in one a while to go and check up on the project or the uncle. Oh, uncle, how is it going? How is it going? How is this? How is that? How is blah, blah. And then it goes on smoothly. But the woman shouldn't take offense in such issues at all.
Great.
Yeah, I think the woman shouldn't take offense in that issue. I'm coming from the point that my sister is making, because unless maybe the woman also have a better relationship with the uncle.
With the uncle, yeah.
You know, sometimes certain like you were saying, you as the woman, maybe you recently joined the family. He had a good relationship with the uncle. The uncle had
so long, yeah.
But you know, women have that ability, that life of claiming. And yes. But if so the woman will come and to some extent start to think a lot. Say, even though the uncle took, but now she think that she is the one in charge.
Yeah.
So she's supposed to the madam in charge. So she's supposed to do, or she's supposed to take charge. But the point is that we are encouraging that you should have good relationship with your in-laws.
Okay.
So if you have good relationship with your let me say the uncle, you as a married person, I don't think it, when the uncle does it shouldn't be a big problem, or it shouldn't be a big issue. You may take offense, like my sister is saying, when maybe he brings the money and he squanders the money. But here is the case that there may be a woman who will be around and still want to take it, but maybe he can't even do it. But the uncle would have done it easier. But the woman, she will be saying, so far as I've married, you bring all the monies and all that. But at the end of the day, if the uncle can build it and do it very well, I think that you as the wife, is that even lessen your burden.
That's right.
So in that aspect, we are encouraging that you should have good relationship with the uncle or your in-laws, so that when they are doing those things, you shouldn't be worried that you are not the one who is doing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, great. So I think you are hearing me. So you shouldn't, uncle, you shouldn't get worried that your nephew's wife has built the house, and the same thing applies to the woman. You shouldn't get worried if your husband trusted the uncle so much that he can do it for him, and he did it.
So I want to
at the
ask,
end of
which
the
of
day,
them is listening? Is it the uncle or the nephew or the wife?
the man that calls me, yeah, I hope maybe he's listening to us, because I told him that we will discuss the issue
so
today.
if he's listening to us, I would like to tell him that he should forgive him.
Okay.
He should try and forgive him.
Should try and forgive him. Today's topic will be talking more about our aunties and our uncles and our mother, sister-in-law and brother-in-laws. So much, because they have also given much contribution to it. And we want to inform the viewers that our auntie Naomi, the Dickness, she will be joining us through phone call. So she will call and also give her contribution to what we are discussing right now about our relationship with our in-laws. And another message also came. A lady said, an uncle, the husband's uncle. Hey, today these uncles are the uncle came to visit them, and he prepared a very nice food for the uncle. For the sake of the uncle, in fact, she did a very nice cooking, expensive one for the uncle. But after the uncle came and ate the food, he ate it to he just complaining that if it's the way you eat your food, this is the way you spend much money on food, then it will be very difficult to make it in life. Yes, it will be very difficult for you to make it in life. In fact, the lady is so much hurt that from her heart, she knew that the husband's uncle is coming in, so she spent all that she has to cook a very nice food for him.
If you don't cook
But
a
this
nice
is
food, you get problem.
So what, he wants our advice, what we should do, because she's very upset with the husband's uncle, but the comments that he passed.
Today is case study.
Yeah. Since it's about cooking, I will let the ladies start because
he cooked very nice food, and the uncle
Very
was
nice, and the uncle enjoyed it.
he enjoyed it, and after
eating,
he just passed a comment that the food is very expensive. Looking at the meats and the things that.
but I think the lady should have tried to explain to him that it was specially made because of you.
yes.
Because you don't come here often. So you just came in, and I just wanted to treat you like a king, like a praise that you are. So this was just special for you. She shouldn't take offense. Like, you just also pass something jovial for him to know that you don't, even your husband, you don't do the special thing for him every day. So this means that he's so special to her and the family, so that they just move on. I don't think she should find offense. Like, it depends on how the tonation that the uncle spoke in. But whichever way, I think that she should also have tried to tell the uncle it was because of you. I especially made it for you, so that everything will just lay low.
Okay, yeah, I also want to add up. Human beings, as we always say, human beings are the complex animals to
very
deal with.
complex.
We are the most complex. If the lady had cooked something normal,
Ordinary.
he would have complained.
Yeah.
So when I come, look at this type of food that he has cooked, he has given me. But I have a friend had told me about this issue before, that that one is like the mother who visited them, and the lady prepared a very nice food. Then he told the son that, hey, now you read the musika monya na aduane nko na mode no a
no re
and they said that mode we man no more brow. That was what he was, but he didn't know that moment the food was specially made because of me. Because sometimes there are certain plates or certain bowls that you and your husband had not
never
even
eaten
yes, but you use it to serve. The same thing applies to the kind of food maybe you cook for them. It's not like that is your routine cooking or eating habit. No. And like my sister was saying, you could tell the person that we made it special all because of you. We knew that you'll be coming, and we cannot just prepare anything for you. We need to treat you very well, because you are also let me say, it was through you that I had my wife.
That's right.
It was through you that I had mine. So you are so precious to me, so that I cannot treat you like an ordinary person.
That's right.
That's why I've prepared this table or this food for you. Then maybe you could suggest that, then the woman, the person that we've cooked for, it's okay, but maybe when I come next time, maybe I don't like plenty meat. I don't like this. I don't like, maybe something moderate. Or you, when I come, please, you don't cook anything. I don't want to. Though it's nice to suggest that way, but maybe like you as the wife doing it wholeheartedly. Sometimes it's so painful. It's a little painful that you've wholeheartedly. I quite remember one lady it was Christmas. Then he had to cook a food to another relative.
Okay.
Then the relative didn't even eat the food. The same thing applies to the relative had to even go and throw the food away. It's like that. Look at that pain. It's similar to someone that you've prepared genuinely a food for the person, and he will later pass by and say, hey, why you're cooking all these expensive food? You spend in that the same angle. It may not be equal, but it can be taken in that context. That is what I am saying. So what I want to say is that we should find a better means to address this issue. But the best thing is that the person will tell you that, oh, I basically did it all because of you.
Yeah, but one thing I forgot what she said. The uncle passed the comment that made her so worried that if my nephew did not get rich, I will ask you.
Wow.
It's you who, been chopping
The
his
money.
Yeah.
That's why we are.
It was so. The lady was so upset. That the uncle was so angry because he has prepared a very nice food, and he was just starting saying a lot of things. If he's what's this? Nabra banko yami bisau.
But if I were to be a woman, and the uncle says this, anytime he comes to visit, I will not cook anything. But that is what because I catch him and say, when my brother, it means that we are just spending the money anyhow.
Yeah, that's right.
But if, like my sister, it will depend on the tone. But when you attach these things to it, that my brother uncle, me, if I'm a woman, I will not cook for you again. When you say you want to, though. That is my opinion. It may be taken or it may not be taken. That is what I because at the end of the day, the interesting part of it is that you also ate the food.
You ate everything.
You ate it. Then you come and tell me that then the best thing is that you don't eat.
Should have done the right.
Then I will know that this is how. But
really
after
did what
eating
you
it
said.
and come and complain that and I said no. Then it means that you are also part of the problem because the money that you would have used to buy cement, you are also chopping it. You are also chopping
some people are just problems. They are because
Exactly.
I know that even if she had done something below too, he would have complained.
Exactly.
First time I'm coming to your
I am
home.
coming to
Look
your
at the
home and look at the food that
food
you-
you've made for me and a whole lot of stuff. But I think the woman also, she may have consulted the husband that it's your uncle. What food do you think he would like?
Yeah.
So she tried to do something very nice for the uncle. So you can't come to my home and tell me that, Bobra, what kind of, because I made you food,
That's right.
you finish eating the food before you telling me.
And guessing me.
What, yes.
It's something else.
Yes, it's something else.
I
I know
think,
sometimes it's just something
Please.
else. I remember this case, a mother-in-law visited their son, and then the wife tried to be nice, and then so she went out and then she bought some wrappers and shoes, nice for like older women, like those kind of sandals, shoes, and then so she brought it, and the woman was, wow, that's nice. So how much did you get this? So she said it, and then the price was a little bit high. So this is what you spend you use my son's money for, buying expensive things. Look at this, look at that. So she just left. She apologized and then took the thing that she's sorry. She didn't know that it would offend her. Okay, so you bought it for me and now you're taking it back. Who does that?
My goodness.
So she took it back, and then the last time she went out, she bought something that was cheap, less expensive. She brought it. How much is this? Because she knows that the woman is talk if it's expensive. So she said it is this price, which is very low. So you think I'm this low that you have to buy cheap things for me? Look at. So sometimes it's just they are just troublesome.
That's why I
They
was
just
saying
want to
human
come
beings
in.
are so complex. Human beings are
Very
so
complex.
difficult to deal with. And when you know, sometimes I don't know, but this is real. In grooming an animal may sometimes be easier than the. I hear my sister is even saying, of course, then it's true, because for human beings we have also a way of also thinking. So when you say left, I can also say, but for animal maybe you can direct it. So it's so complex and so difficult to deal with human beings. Like I was saying, someone may do something for you wholeheartedly. There are certain meat that the whole year the person has not even chewed that meat before, but because of you, the person will go to that market and look for specific meat. I hope you understand me. So there are certain things the person go to the extreme of doing something to appease you, but at the end of the day, all the effort that you put in, someone will not appreciate it,
and
it demoralizes you.
Exactly.
Yes, it doesn't motivate you to even do that. That's why I was saying, me, if I'm a woman and you after cooking for you and you've eaten it and you come and tell me that this you are spending
So
when you are coming, even water, I will not give it to you.
Somebody said so funny.
let me read a message that Mama Adelaide responded to this. She said, I think this kind of in-laws should be shown the nearest McDonald's on their next visit.
Yeah, that is it. Yes. That is it.
Yes, mommy, that is true. Yes, because whatever you do, they will complain. And it's, I think, one thing I always say is that all the things that we do, it just come around.
Yes.
And also hit us.
Karma, love karma.
That's right. It's like throwing a ball into the wall. Definitely it will come back to you.
Yes.
Maybe you have a female and male children. They might also get married.
Experience same.
And if you are a father and your daughter comes home and told you this of what the husband's uncle has done to her, would you be happy?
Yeah.
If not, why are you doing to your fellow human being?
Human being, yeah.
So sometimes we need to also think about ourselves and also the future of our children if we are treating someone's children like this. It is very, very important. Our aunties, our uncles, it is very, very painful. But all that we want to tell the lady, she shouldn't worry.
Yeah.
Shouldn't get worried. Because
there's always a next time.
Maybe he will not
because
try to
probably
visit again.
next time when I cook a standard food for you, you also complain. So I will not do it again at
Maybe he is sitting down watching for the downfall of his.
You drink soakis so that we can use the money to build mansions.
Yeah.
The downfall of his nephew so that he can get, strength to comment about it that I told you. Your wife will not help you.
Yeah, but it's true. Human beings are, like you are saying, it's so difficult. We are so difficult. But what I want to add up is that we shouldn't be so stiff or strict on certain things. At least in relationship or in the marriage, there should be some level of flexibility. And the uncle shouldn't think that the married couple do not think. They shouldn't be he shouldn't think that he's the same small boy or small girl that he saw.
They used to know.
Yes. So when you put that thing in our mind, you always think that the boy, because you will be saying, oh, wait, they say, oh no, me and I'm in school. It's me who groomed him. But they should think that they also think they've grown up. And one thing is that nobody will use the left hand to stretch or to identify the hometown. So this is cheap, bro.
That's right.
Yes. Yeah, that is it. Nobody will use the left hand. So when you are coming to visit, it's quite interesting that certain people may not even have, but they will go to the extreme to go and bring certain things. All because it's you who is coming to visit them. That's why I was saying that there are certain meats, there are certain food, there are certain things that you've not even come across. But all because you are coming, that I had to go. Sometimes some people may go to even the extreme to go and even borrow and come and use it for you. And at the end of the day, you don't appreciate. I think that is too bad.
Yeah.
It's too bad to do that. So I think that the family or the guy, they think, so the uncle or the auntie who visited should also know that they have plans. But what I want to also ask, what if this thing is continuous? Like the uncle, anytime he comes, that is the same food they've been preparing. He's been like anything. So what should be the comment? Because and you could see that, but I think it may be in different aspects. Unless maybe he sees that the son's life or the nephew's life is progressing. He's growing, or what he's doing, he's having something to do. He's doing something that is positive. But if he has been using the food to cook every day, and you could see that there's no improvement in the person's life, I think at that point the uncle can comment. I don't know if you understand what I mean.
Well, what, how do you, like, I don't know, like, my question is, like, how do you classify an expensive food?
No, you know where we're coming from. There are certain things that we
Even sometimes when you drink Coke,
It's expensive.
yes, the Coca-Cola. This now you are rich.
Yes.
He is drinking Coke in this afternoon. It's like you
Maybe where the uncle is coming from.
yeah,
Sometimes it depends.
yes.
Where it's coming from.
yeah, it
They
depends.
barely eat 2 meats. So when he comes and he's selling more than 2 meats, he thinks you are wasting money.
Money, yeah, that is what I am.
That
but I
can
think
be a
they
factor.
also, like we were saying, that we cannot take the families out. But
That's
I
right.
was saying that they can suggest, but it should be positive criticism.
That's right.
It shouldn't be a negative criticism.
Mm.
Let me say that the person has been using. I think that there are certain people, they've been using their monies only for cooking and cooking.
Yeah.
That is what I am saying now. But maybe the person would have suggested that at least you can also invest some of this money in this, but you shouldn't be spending too much on food, because surely man eats, and that one you cannot delete. But maybe your expenditure on food, you can maybe when you come and he has cooked this, you can eat it, but maybe you can suggest that, oh, I think these things are a little less. Maybe next time you could have used the money to do other things in that peaceful or in that let me say calm manner. I think that one is quite acceptable. But when you add a curse to it, I think it's too harsh. That that is the angle that I'm coming from. But if you can suggest in a better way, that fine. Oh, you've been cooking this food. I think the food is very nice. It's very delicious. But I suggest that maybe next time
Cuts
maybe
down.
you can buy maybe or so. I'm
make it
good with it.
moderate.
It's okay because maybe the beef is too expensive. Then you can use the other money even if to buy other things, or you can use it to do other things. I think that is quite acceptable. But to the extent that after eating, then they come and say that
Yes.
more brown, yeah. No. Yeah, then that one I don't agree.
It's
to that.
unfortunate.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Uncle, please, as for this word is too harsh. So you can give advice, but not too much. Another interesting one also says, I think this one will be the last. We'll discuss this one the other time. Said she visited the mother-in-law, and this thing is the same food issue. The way the mother-in-law, the eating habits, she eats too much meat, and she is so worried. The mother-in-law, looking at her age, she think it will not help her, but she doesn't know how to tell her, because maybe if she pass on the comments, the mother-in-law will be hurt. But looking at it, it's not healthy. She eats too much meat. That is.
So what's her
did
problem?
What what should we tell her? Like, he
What
wants,
can she do?
what can she do about it? To tell the
in-law?
in-law that it is not healthy.
Okay.
She need advice how to go about it.
So this one also depends on the relationship she has with the mother-in-law. That's why last week you were saying that at least you should have some cordial relationship with them. Yes, like how you treat your mother. Sometimes you can't treat the same way with them, but at least be friendly, be nice to them, so that approaching them wouldn't become difficult. So if you're like that with them, this issue wouldn't be a problem at all. But if not so, I think you can just sit down with her and then while she's eating, Mom, wow, I can see you really love meat. Probably she might say, yes, I really love it. I like meat. From there you can start. But do you know that too much of meat is not good for your health at this stage?
Then the problem comes to.
Okay. So sometimes it depends. That's why it depends on the relationship they have.
Yeah.
But because this question or this statement I made can also make the in-law angry.
That's it.
Are you the one to tell me what to do?
What to do?
I came before you came.
Yes.
If meat would have killed it has killed me a long time.
Long time
I'm
ago.
still alive.
Yes.
Are you the one come to show me what to eat and what not to eat? So it's very difficult. But I think if she can't, I think she should tell her husband
Oh, okay.
to do the talking.
Great.
So you talk to your husband. This is what I've realized about your mom. Try and talk to your mother. That too much meat is not good for you. So just to avoid any problem, any how dare you to tell me this?
That's
You just
right.
tell your husband to talk to her.
Okay.
Then I think you are good to go.
Wow. Tell your husband to address this issue with her mother. Please. If you don't have such a cordial relationship, like mother-daughter relationship with your mother-in-law, please be careful the way you should go about it. Just tell your husband that he should advise her mother not to eat too much meat considering her age, because it's not healthy. Mr. Piodi, what advice would you give to the lady? She needs our advice. What to tell the mother-in-law?
He said she liked too much meat.
Too much meat. She said the way even the food that the woman eats, the kind of meat on the food.
The food will be little and the meat will be...
Yes. And she is so much worried about her health, considering the age of the mother-in-law.
I think that medically, as you grow, you are advised not to take too much protein.
Yeah.
Too much protein, as in meat, or even too much protein in other things. Maybe vegetables and other things are even better. But like my sister was saying, I think the best approach is what she said. Too much meat can be disastrous to your health, because it may the protein aspect in terms of the chemical aspect of protein, it generates a lot of sodium in your body system, which has a lot of negative effects on the body.
Okay.
So these things can bring a lot of effect on your body system. So as you are growing, you because you are growing, you don't have enough antibodies, or you don't have a lot of hormones to fight against certain things. So you should tell her that she's not the woman who she used to be 20 years ago.
Okay.
That as those age, when she's injured, the body can easily repair itself. But here is the case that she's growing, whereby it takes a longer time for the body to repair certain things when there is an injury. And as you eat, and even because you are even old, there is problem with digestion and other things.
Okay.
So this may be a little scientific, but in reality, you can tell her that too much meat or too much protein may have effect on the body system. And we don't want her to be bedridden at certain point. That we will be spending too much money on her health. So what we can say is that on health reasons, it will be prudent that she reduces the amount of meat she takes. There are, aside that, you can suggest that there are other forms of protein which are more healthier.
Okay.
So you can suggest other vegetables and other things too, because the same thing. But but you tell her, say, so you need to be very careful. Yes, you need to be careful. Yes, you shouldn't be eating too much meat and other things. So what I want to say is that you should consider the health implications. And I know that every understandable person, so far as you give the consequences of the things that the person will be facing in the near future, as he continuously eats these things, I think any reasonable person, to some in quote, will understand that. Then I have to advise myself. I don't know, maybe can someone be addictive to meat?
Yes.
It can be
Some
an addiction.
people
It can be an addiction. My dad was an example to that. He loves meat. Doctors told him to stop eating meat. He asked you to go and prepare, put it under his bed.
Wow.
So when no one is there, he take meat. Some people just love meat.
Yeah.
And my elder brother has taken that trend.
Oh.
He also loves meat. Even if they are steaming it, his wife goes somewhere, he go and take and be chewing. He loves meat. Some people are just he can go outside, go and buy some goat meat and then just steam and then be chewing just like that. Some people love meat. They are addicted to that.
Yeah.
Very
soon, our mama Naomi, Dickness Naomi, will join us, and also she
Director.
will give. Oh, hello, Mama.
Hello.
Yeah, Mama Naomi.
Hi,
It's
hi.
a long time
hi.
hearing from you, Mama.
Kudos.
Thank you. I hope you,
You
are
guys are
online.
doing a wonderful job.
Thank you, Mommy.
God richly bless you abundantly.
Amen. God bless you too.
Amen.
Yeah. Mommy, we need your contribution.
Wow.
That's the reason why we call. We are talking about our relationship with our in-laws.
Relationship
marriage.
with in-laws.
Yes. So a little advice to our listeners and viewers.
Wow. We thank God. This particular thing relating with our in-laws is something which is very important.
Amen.
Because one thing that I know is that we shouldn't underestimate the profound impact of the wider family relationships on our marriage. As we all know, families are complex, and some of these in-laws have really caused untold headache and pain that have rolled on down the years and even the generations. The same way, others have also been a huge source of joy and happiness, where the effect is countless. They have brought so much blessings and so much goodness. I would like to base my contribution to the joy and goodness that a good relationship with our in-laws could have on our marriage if we have a good relationship with our in-laws.
Great.
I will speak mainly on the daughters. Okay?
Okay.
Yes. one thing that I always hold in high esteem, that I bless God that I'm created a woman.
Great.
Because God has bestowed upon women so many things that the mind cannot comprehend.
Wow.
And if we take, for example, our mothers-in-laws, okay, most of the time it is we the women that brings trouble. Most of the time.
Okay.
If we take the mother-in-law, for example, by the covenant of God, your mother-in-law has become your mother.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Your mother brought you to this world through birth. But your mother-in-law has become your mother by the covenant of God. And there is so much blessings for the daughter-in-law to get from the mother-in-law.
Great.
And the vice versa.
Okay.
But most of the time, if we, the daughters-in-laws, we are not able to develop this kind of cordial relationship with our mother-in-laws, it is very difficult for us to get that blessing from them.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Most of the time, if we are not able to develop a cordial relationship with our mother-in-laws, we are the losers. Why am I saying that? A woman is there for continuity. Women give life.
Okay.
So the blessings the mother-in-law will receive is that you, the daughter-in-law, will take up from where she has stopped.
Okay.
Because for all you know, she carried, or she's the one who brought the seed. That is your husband. So before God, she has already performed her responsibility to you.
Okay.
They have nothing to lose again. But you, the daughter-in-law, have everything to lose if you don't show love, respect, and honor your mother-in-law.
Okay.
She carries the blessings of continuity, which you now carry.
Okay.
If you honor your in-law, you, the daughter, you need to, as I said from the beginning, you have to continue from where she stopped.
Yes.
For example, if you go to the Bible, Ruth and Naomi, okay?
Yes.
Ruth still need a blessing from Naomi to succeed. Naomi didn't tell Ruth that go to this land and go and work.
Yes.
Ruth went there, went out, and God directed her steps to meet Boaz. But Naomi was the one who made everything to happen.
Okay.
She released her blessings upon Ruth.
Okay.
She needed to release a blessing. So what I know is God brought couples, husband and wife, together to receive the full blessings from God.
Okay.
They said that is why a man will leave the mother and the father and cleave with the wife, and the two shall become one. The living the man is supposed to do, but the cleaving depend on you, the woman.
Okay.
For the man to be able to stay, you have to show the image of the mother.
Okay.
The first love of every man is the mother. The first person every man sees is the mother. Okay.
Yes.
For mothers don't struggle over love with their sons or their daughters. That's the first point of love.
Okay.
So for your husband to be able to live with you, okay, you need to show that image.
Okay.
of the mother. You need to see that image in you. When Isaac got married to Rebecca, that time Isaac's mother, Sarah, died.
Yes.
But when they brought Rebecca to Isaac, Isaac sent Rebecca to the mother's room, and Isaac had her, and Isaac loved her because his heart was comforted. Why? He has really seen a replica of the mother Sarah in Rebecca. So he gave all in all to the wife.
Okay.
So all I want to say is, marriage is sweet. In-laws are wonderful. All depends on the kind of relationship you develop with them. If you show them love, respect, and honor them, that is all.
Great.
Okay. My sister was saying that maybe a woman came to visit the couples, and a gift was bought to the woman, and the woman said the gift is so expensive. So by this, that's why every woman, we need to pray for wisdom. Okay,
that's right.
By that, oh, you said that this gift is expensive. Mommy, what you have done for me, no money can buy it. You are so expensive that I wish I could even buy you the whole world. If you should say this one, what else could this woman say again? You have already taken the person as your own mother, how you treat your mother, how you talk to your mother. So I think for us to overcome this kind of difficult in-laws, we need to use love. There is no problem in my dictionary. There is no problem that can never be overcome, that cannot be overcome by love.
Great.
Love conquers all. So my husband told me that when you have problem with my mother, you have problem with me.
Wow.
Because the best thing or my most valuable thing in this world is my mother.
Wow.
That was what he told me. So having that in my mind, I made, the moment I stepped into the marriage, I took this woman as my own mother, and even more.
Great.
And I could testify over and over again the goodness I have reaped from that.
Great.
So yes, some people are difficult, but as I said from the beginning, we need wisdom. And we need to respect them, the in-laws, the father-in-laws, the brothers, the sisters.
This is Jaffrick Radio.
Respect, honor, and love them as your own. If you are able to do this, and with the wisdom of God, you will be true. You will find the joy and peace that marriage is all about. You enjoy it and you wish it never ends. This is the little I want to contribute to the program. Thank you so much, and God bless you for the wonderful things you are doing.
Thank you
God bless
so much for your wonderful contribution. As I always say, Mommy is full of wisdom. God bless you, Mama.
And
thank you so much, and I hope we will see you again
very soon.
Very soon. God bless you so much for your wonderful contribution. We all the panelists are happy for your contribution. So, Mommy, thank you so much.
Thank you
too,
and God bless you.
Okay,
Bye,
God
bye.
bless you. Bye. Hey, Ebusiafaya to you. Yes, mmayewa no ye na ye ha adwen kakra obi awo ni bo na watiti na mananyi na nyame se on free into free a free de be ma ni be free but cleaving no e oba no so asede se o bata wo ho yie no se wo do na ebusua no a ene na ebusua no so bedo but so mu o free na se also near Busia and Vetria. Any of her veteran say, hey, you're better to a Busia. So we need to be very, very careful as women, as married women, and we need to show love and respect to our mother-in-laws. Even if they don't love us, we need to pray for the wisdom of God to stay with them in peace so that we can enjoy our marriage. Mama, you heard what Dickness Naomi said.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think she said it all. What she said is also right.
Great.
So we should treat them like our own.
Our own, yes.
Yes, and that when we do that, I don't think we are going to have problems unless the troublesome ones.
Yeah.
And even with that, and with wisdom from God, you know how to go about issues when they arise.
Yes.
So we should just let love lead, and then take them as ours, and then we'll be at peace with them.
That's true.
Yes.
Mr. Fiodi.
This is Jafric Radio.
I think Auntie Naomi has said it all.
Great.
Inchi is a penny Jarivian. So she has said it also. How do we translate that in
Penny Darabia?
Okay, English, madam, help us.
And I only finished bathing, the water is finished.
What is Chibrafo?
Direct translation.
So like she said, she has summarized or she has said all it all. So I need not to add up to spoil the soup.
Yeah.
So I think we take the soup like that and we eat it with our fufu, like she said. So I think what she said, she was right.
Yes.
And she's right. And we need to treat our in-laws. We should see them as our mothers. That is a mother-in-law. So as we the same respect, the same honor. I think there is always a problem. Especially with the opposite side.
Yes.
I think that this problem mostly is the woman.
Woman.
The woman side is always where the problem is. I think we talked about it the other time.
Yes, the
rivalry.
other day.
Rivalry. Over
That
one
rivalry.
man.
Exactly.
Yes.
I gave birth to you.
Yeah.
I'm married.
I married him.
But if you
becomes
see
a
your
problem.
mother-in-law and that respect that you give equally to your mother, you should show that respect to the same in-law. After all, he's the one who has given you a husband to
That's
marry.
right.
And
That's
now,
right.
when you move around, you say, "Oh, this is my husband." You flirt around with your husband. This is my husband. He's always in your
armpit.
but you've forgotten that it was that woman that brought that
That's
that
right.
cherished that golden property that you say. So I think that as you give that respect to in-law, to your mothers, or the same respect you give to your husband, you need to replicate that to your in-laws for you to have a successful marriage. Yeah.
Great. Very soon we'll go on break. And when we come back, we have a lot of messages to read to you. So please stay tuned. We'll be right back. Don't go away. Thank you.
Radio. This is Jafric Radio.
Hello, we are back. Viewers, thank you for waiting for us. We are back.
This is Jafric Radio.
We thank you for tuning into Jafric Radio. Thank you for your time for this wonderful program, Home Sweet Home. We have our sponsors being Bayside Modeling Agency, the Church of Pentecost, Japan, Zion Company Limited, Afrokids, Japan, Simon Noble Solicitors, Turmeric Hotel at East Legon, Accra, in Ghana, and Willie Knox Jeans, the best clothing line in town, and then 1225 Jeans. We were talking of our relationship with our in-laws, and we will read the message that has come very soon, but before then we will talk to our Mama Adelaide. So Mama Adelaide will also give her contribution as for how to relate to our in-laws. So if you are a lady listening to me right now, a married...
Good afternoon, where you are listening from. My name is Adelaide, and very well done to you all for what, this discussion is very paramount.
Thank you.
We all need this to encourage ourselves, and we all need this also to, live and continue to live. And I appreciate, what our deaconess, Naomi, shared. Indeed, love is a pillar. Love is everything. I would like to give my comment or, encouragement from mother-in-law point of view.
Okay.
As a mother-in-law, I'm a mother-in-law as well. And hearing what the Chris was saying, that, the word of God truly says that the man will leave his father and mother. Okay? He says you will leave your father and mother and cling unto the woman, which is your wife, and the two shall be one. So as a mother-in-law, yes, you have given birth to your son. Yes, your son is of age. Yes, your son is married. Yes, your son has cling on to a woman. You, mother-in-law, you know that you have come. You have come to a point in time where you need to give that room for your son and your daughter-in-law to make life. So you now need to come in from a loving point of view, because some mother-in-laws are very, 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 jealous. They come across very jealous because the son has gotten a woman, and maybe they think that they are losing their son. But it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. You should bring that love. You see, the love to support them, to support the woman. Because the woman has come into the family. The woman is trying to study the family. Why are you now making it difficult for the woman? It shouldn't be so. I love my daughter-in-law.
Thank you.
We are like brothers and sisters.
Wow.
I encourage them. I advise them. I show them the love of God. I direct them to the word of God. So even if they are going the wrong way, I advise them to come in through the word. Through the word. And now asking by saying this, I know other women and I know other friends that are having a very difficult challenges with their in-laws and with their daughter-in-law. But what I would say, if you both know who God is, if you understand the word of God, this won't happen. So the most important thing is knowing God and knowing Christ for yourself. If you're a mother out there, if you're a mother-in-law out there, know the word of God. Study the word of God to show yourself approved. For a workman that need not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. And if you are daughter-in-law, know who Jesus is. If you both know God and understand the word of God, there will be no problem. Because the marriage you are in is instituted by God. And it's through his word that you will advance and do exploit in that marriage. Without that, there's always problem. So without Christ, it's crisis.
That's right.
So let Christ be the center of that marriage. That's all I have to contribute.
Oh, Mama.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your great contribution. I hope your daughter-in-laws are very lucky to have you. Thank you, Mama. God bless you. Wow. Mama Adelaide has given her contribution. She was with the mother-in-laws, how they have to relate well with their daughter-in-laws, and also giving them the room to lead their life. He said others are very jealous. They don't want to let go of their sons. But mommy is saying, in all, we should fear God. If the two of us fear God, the mother-in-law and the daughter-in-law, there will not be that kind of rivalry. So, the ultimate point.
This is Jafric Radio.
Fear God. To know Christ. Also, without Christ, it's crisis. So if you don't want to have crisis in your marriage, just invite Christ into the marriage and respect and love your daughter-in-law or your mother-in-law. Mama, do you have anything to say about it? What Mama Adelaide?
I want to thank her very much for being a loving and wonderful.
Wow.
That's what every woman will.
That's right.
So, mostly we don't get it all rosy like that.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
So if she's such a wonderful in-law, I say kudos to her.
Wow.
And God richly bless her. She should keep up with the good work she's doing with her daughter-in-law. I think it's really important because everybody wishes to have this wonderful in-law.
That's right.
Yes. So as she said, I think she said it all. We should try. We should try, as much as possible to also love them, because they become part of us.
Yes.
Yes. Even though the man has to leave the mother and the father to join the woman to become one, he's from a home. He's
That's
from
right.
a family. So you cannot take them out.
That's right.
They are inevitable. So definitely they should, one way or the other, be part of you also. So we should just have it in mind that we two families are going to get together.
That's right.
So we should be open and then loving to each other. So I really support what she said, and I also thank her so much for being a wonderful mother-in-law.
Okay, Mama Adelaide, kudos to you. Thank you. Diamond Prince.
Today he's not talking too much. My husband.
Yes.
Program husband. Yeah.
Program
My
husband.
Jafric husband.
Yeah. I think, like Auntie Adelaide
Yes.
said, I think initially Auntie Naomi talked, and she also had buttressed her point.
That's right.
Yeah. The Bible says the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. So in order to have your marriage with your in-laws being successful, you need to fear God. That you will have wisdom to handle every situation that you're supposed to handle.
Great.
So the first place, like what you were saying, you need to fear God. Because you were saying that marriage without Christ is full of crisis.
Crisis.
Good. How will you handle these crises? How will you even handle your in-laws? You need Christ. You need to fear God, that He will help you get that wisdom that in every situation you know what to speak, you know what to say. At every point in time, you seek the knowledge of God to apply at each situation, that it will not bring about quarrels or it will not bring about fights in marriages. So I totally agree with what Auntie Adelaide has said. And I want to say that marriage couples or in-laws, or in order to have a successful marriage or to have a good or a cordial relationship with your in-laws, you need to fear God. And at that point is where your wisdom will be derived from. That at each and every point, you know how to handle each situation. Like the meat issue that we were talking about, it needs wisdom to handle it. At a point, if you don't take care and you don't have that heart, you may get to a point to also go down to a certain level that it may be offensive to the in-law. But what I'm saying finally is that let's pray in all our marriages that we will have that fear of God in us. That when we have that fear of God, we have wisdom. And wisdom is principle.
That's right.
As the Bible says. Though it says that in all things have knowledge, but wisdom is principle.
That's right.
That's what I want to say.
In all things have knowledge, but wisdom is principle. So we need to ask God for knowledge to relate to our in-laws. I will read a few messages that has come, and then we continue. Uncle Yaya said, food. In fact, eating is my hobby, madam. Uncle Yaya says eating.
When we were talking about food matter.
Yes, when we're talking about food. And he said, please, food is food. Don't advise if what she is eating is not negatively affecting her health. And then Uncle Yaya again, Mr. Yaya, God bless you. He said, flexibility in your food choice is healthy. Eating a variety of food is healthy. Focusing on enjoying your food is healthy. Not stressing about your food is healthy. Please, Paul, allow her to focus on
This is Jafric Radio.
and get healthier. So,
but we were talking about the woman's health.
Healthy, yes.
Yeah, but we know that in reality, old people, proteinic food are not too much protein, especially too much meat. It's not good for the old. That is what yes, and we can all attest to that. Even when medically, when you are getting old, they advise you not to eat certain food, certain things. Especially those with high level of protein. And we all know that meats, especially red meats, have high amount of protein, and mostly people even advise of white meat, which are better. But I'm not talking about meat aspect here. But what I want to say is that as we grow old, we should reduce the amount of meat that we consume daily, which may be detrimental to our health. Especially when you are old.
Especially when you are old, we need to be very careful the kind of food that we eat. Not too much protein. Yes. So, mother-in-laws, father-in-laws, those who are above 40, we must be careful with the kind of food that we eat. A little advice has also come here, and this one goes to the daughter-in-laws. It said, daughter-in-laws choose respect. Remember that the scripture mandates to honor our parents. Extend to your in-law as well. show your in-law respect. So, daughter-in-laws, we need to show respect to our mother-in-laws as our own parents.
Yes.
Because the Bible says we should honor our parents. And since she has become your parent, you need to honor them with respect. Honoring them with respect. And this one also goes to, I think, both. Respect the power of words. So be aware of the tremendous power words have to bring people closer together or tear them apart. Restrain yourself.
This is Jaffrick Radio.
Or criticizing your daughter-in-law. Affirm her whenever you can. Give advice only when asked. And when you are asked, keep it brief and sweet. If you are not asked for advice on something you care about, pray for God to send a couple information and inspiration from another source. Be on guard against speaking careless words. Before deciding to speak, ask yourself, is what I'm going to say true? Is it kind? Is it necessary? This is the worst for the mother-in-laws. And it's vice versa. Yes. We have to respect the power of words. Because one word someone will say and you feel relaxed.
Yes.
Another will say a different word that make you so much angry. So, as marriage women or married couple, we need to respect our in-laws, and in-laws also respect your daughter-in-law. And also we have to choose the kind of words that we use so that it will not be offensive against each other. Listeners, our phone lines are open and you can call in, and also you gave your contribution, because your contribution is very, very important. And if you have something that you want us to talk about, if you have something troubling you that you want us to discuss with you, you can call us and we will talk about it. And if you are in Japan and you want to call, just call 070 4231 9331. 070 4231 9331. If you are outside Japan, just add +81 70 4231 9331. Just come with your contribution, and one word that you say will help someone to gain his or her marriage. Wow. Mother-in-laws, daughter-in-laws, aunties and uncles.
They are mainly the problems.
One pastor said, the husband is not the problem, but those the donkeys around. Referring to when Abraham sent the his servant to marry for Isaac, he went with donkeys. a lot of them. But when it comes to drinking of water, you know what the donkey can do. So they are the problem. The husbands might not be the problem, but you see, in soon they will yeah, that would be the problem. But for us, it's a family that God has brought you in, a new family. So you need to adjust. You need to do things that will help you enjoy in that family that God has brought you to. If you create problem in that place, you will regret.
Yeah.
Because for the rest of your life, you will go through challenges and stressing yourself. So it is better to create an environment that will be conducive for you and the entire family. Wow, very soon we'll end our program because we have a few minutes to go. So
I want to put this
Yes.
one in. I posted this how to relate with your in-laws on my WhatsApp status, and
okay,
then I got this comment from Nana Kweku from Ghana.
okay,
It says Obiani ni case,
wow.
but for him it starts with how you relate with your spouse.
Okay.
If you treat your spouse well or otherwise, it will be communicated to your in-law and will have an effect on how they relate with you.
Great.
Plus, he's the type, he has busy in-laws, so not too much attention from them.
Okay.
And he says all is well. So sometimes idle in-laws always bring problems. But busy in-laws, they're always busy going to work.
That's
They're
right.
they're on their heels working 24 hours. There's no time for
To think about all
yes,
these
I'm going
things.
to look at what she
The
prepared for
daughter
my
is,
son.
Yeah, chopping the money
Yes,
of my
so-
son.
So sometimes it also counts.
Wow. So for example, if your mother-in-law cannot work, maybe she's too old, I think you have to adjust yourself. See him or see her
Can
as
I
your
ask a
own mother.
question?
Okay,
Oh,
you can ask.
Go
Okay,
ahead.
so
Mhm.
I think I saw this case on Facebook some time ago.
Okay.
A lady had a child, a new birth, first time. And then her mother wanted to come over to take care of the child.
That's right.
And her in-law also wants to come to take care of the child. Now she's confused. Who is supposed to come? My mom wants to come, my in-law wants to come. But she wishes her mother comes.
Okay.
But her in-law too is the type, if she doesn't allow her to come, there'll be trouble. No
Wow.
peace in the house. So she was asking, what should I do?
Wow. Mother want to come, your mother-in-law want to come. What should she do? Viewers, you can still call and contribute to this. We
Yeah.
need your contribution, but POD.
I think this should be a consensus building here. There should be a consensus. But I think that where we're coming from, mostly when we are on this program, we talk about our experiences and we talk about the tradition that we were built out from. To me, the lady will feel comfortable with the mother more than the in-law. That is what I because though the in-law, the lady may have a good relationship with the father, the mother, the husband, but it will not be like her own. There are certain things that she can easily communicate with her mother more than the other.
That's right.
Yeah. There are certain exceptional cases that you will see that maybe the lady's mother, the lady can communicate with the husband's mother frequently or become used to more than her own real mother. But these are exceptional cases.
That's right.
But on a whole or on a scale, the lady relating to the mother and that bond or the mood of communication become easier as compared to the husband's mother coming. To me, I think the wife's mother should come. That is what yes. Yeah, because in our language sometimes a bit ferry ferry. Yes. There are certain things that you could have relate with your mother. Yeah. Like there are, to some extent, your mother could easily understand certain things than your in-law, your other the husband's mother. So to me, I think that, in my point of view, it should be the mother that should come. Over. Yes. But I have a friend whose mother, when he gives birth, both.
This is Jafric Radio.
Both of them.
Yes, both.
So how do they birth the baby?
And they don't have problem with it.
Timetable.
Yeah, they both come and stay with them.
Oh, okay.
I have a friend who, but I think that, to me, it will be better for the mother-in-law to come, the lady's mother to come more than the husband's mother. That is what I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that one too. It's good to let your mother in, because mother-in-laws, are so anymore ferry. Yes, we feel shy to, communicate much with our in-laws.
But there's a comment here that I think.
Okay.
Takes others.
As for what you said, okay. Mama Naomi said she should let her mother-in-law come first.
What's the reason?
Yes, as in. As in, it means that the husband's mother should come. That is what she is referring.
Yes.
Oh, okay. But to me, I will let my I'm not a female.
I think she should explain. I want to know the reason.
Yes. In what context?
Why should you are you trying to impress, or there should be a reason? Come on. Yes. Probably she may have a reason for that.
Yeah, Mama Naomi may have a reason to that. I cannot speak to Mama Naomi. Maybe mine may be different, but maybe not to create conflicts between yourself and your mother-in-law. Your mother, you can just calm her down. Oh, mommy, it's okay, let my mother-in-law. But if you said to your mother-in-law, oh no, my mother is coming, just don't bother yourself, it will be also another. For me, to avoid that kind of thing, you just let her in first, and when she go or she left, you bring your mother. Because
where we come from, mothers like that, they know that it's their duty. For the first time, their daughters are put into birth, and then they want to come and then take care of the baby and stuff. Mostly they know that it's the mothers of the daughter's duty to carry out those kind of tasks. So they are always willing and ready to do it for their first grandchildren or grandchild that comes. So sometimes when that post is taken away from them, sometimes they feel so hurt. So in such situation, will you still consider your mother-in-law, or you think about your mother?
Yeah. Mama Adelaide said this. I think they should take in terms.
They should take in turns.
Yeah, wow. In turns to come, because both in-laws are important factor to the child or children.
Yeah.
Hello. I think Mama Naomi want to explain herself. Hello, Mommy. Hello.
So much for the opportunity.
Mama, thank
and
you.
About the question that our mother asked, and I sent this thing comment.
Yes.
As I said from the beginning, when I was contributing to the program,
yes,
you see, from the genesis of the marriage, you need to take your mother-in-law as your own.
Okay.
How you treat your mother-in-law should be the same way. So in this case, that these two people want to come, I think you are even in the best position to calm your own mother down that you should just wait. Now that your mother-in-law too want to come, maybe you must even discuss it with the son. And if you are able to even take that step, you even want the heart of your this thing, your husband, knowing that, oh, these two people want to come, but you decided to let my mother come first. It has even shown some sort of respect.
Okay.
Right? But maybe if you should let your mother come in first, because it's your mother, you want her to come in first. But so me, in my mind, for you to let peace prevail and to continue to enjoy your love, just calm your mom down. You should just wait. Let your in-law come first. After she finishes and goes back, then she can also come.
But Auntie, don't you think the other mother too can also take offense?
Your in-law to come first, since they are all your mother.
I'm saying that
by God's covenant.
Auntie Naomi,
thank you so much.
Auntie Naomi, don't you think the other woman can also take offense? Because she could also say that, oh, she has.
But I think she's listening, so you can.
Yeah. I also think that the other woman could also take offense with that. And so.
But being your mother is easy to.
But why is it that it's always like she's your mother, so she will understand?
So
let the other woman
create problem for yourself.
It also creates problem for my mother
it can
as
also
well.
create problem. Your mother, she should also. Then why am I also? Why are you not allowing me to also come? So I think that in that decision. To me, if I'm a woman, I will let my mother come. That is what I will say. Auntie Naomi has explained. They say opinions are like noses.
Yeah,
that is my opinion. I am talking in terms of relationship, because though you've built, we need to also show that respect to our mother-in-laws and other things. But I'm talking about that chemistry that will be happening there.
Okay.
The chemistry may be
the
there.
Teaching and the learning.
Yes, those things may be there. But from where we are coming from, I think that it will be easier and more easier to let your mother come rather than your mother-in-law come at that moment. Because it could be that now you are in a fix. Your mother may say, then you also may be having another idea. Why? There will be a lot of questions. Sometimes you may try to explain to the person, but still the person may still be insisting, because
it will get to a time you so that you value your mother-in-law more than because everything is my mother-in-law. You mom, please, let's talk about my mother-in-law. Let my mother-in-law. Sometimes you feel like, really? So the love should be the same. You shouldn't give that love to your mother-in-law because you want peace to reign. Let the love be equal.
And it may on at this point. Let's go into this. It may be based on certain things. One.
Okay.
Based on the question, unless maybe the mother-in-laws are staying at the same place. If they are staying at the same place, then maybe you choose I will choose my
in-law.
I will choose I am the woman here, and I will let my mother come. But if they are staying afar, but I will consider proximity. I will consider a lot of factors, because then maybe my mother-in-law is closer to me. Then my mother is maybe a little far, and both of them want to come. Maybe I will say that then, my mother-in-law wants to come. She's a little closer. But you going from where you are coming and other, maybe she will explain. But at this point, unless they are all staying at the same city or the same area, maybe that is it. But Auntie Adelaide was talking about intense.
This is Jafric Radio.
Maybe in a form of sometimes they may stay in the same area. They will come and maybe bath the child, maybe prepare something, maybe go back without maybe living with them and other things. So there are a lot of factors that come in as to where the person is living, where like a lot of things.
Okay.
But this question, unless in economy they say ceteris paribus, all things being equal.
Yes.
Unless all things being equal and everything being equal, then that is where the choices come. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I think all of you, your contributions are very good. It depends on the lady and also checking the distance of their mother-in-law and the mother. And at this point, we also need to pray over it and apply wisdom in order not to cause problem between your mother and also between your mother-in-law.
Exactly.
And a quick one that Uncle Yaya brought, and I want to read. It was about the uncle who sent the brother abroad. He said, I think if someone helps you, it means he loves you. He knows very well you are an adult and you plan for future. But he or she only need your communication as a mark of respect that I want to, or I am doing ABC. He doesn't want to hear it outside. They feel offended when they get the information outside you, your personal. Okay, get information outside. Some married couples have learned to establish appropriate boundaries with their parents, uncle, aunties, in fact, the family. This does not mean that you have to lay down the role to them. Often, it is just a matter of making it clear by your actions that you are mates. Wife, husband comes first in your life. For example, even if parents or family members express their views, don't just agree right away. Remember, you are building a new family unit. So first, find out how your mate feels about any advice your family has offered. Again, not the raw one, just sieve it or summarize it. Also, remember to measure your partner's attitude towards the said family member and reduce whatever he or she said to the best pensive mood. Thank you. So this is the advice that our Uncle Yaya, please, Uncle Yaya, you have to come and sit on this table and have, because you have a lot of knowledge and ideas that we need the most. Viewers, we come to the end of the program, and we thank you so much for always tuning to Jafric Radio for this wonderful program, Home Sweet Home. As we always said, we want every marriage couple enjoy the second heaven in their marriage. Every married couple have a peaceful marriage. That's why this program has been designed for you. So we want to thank you all for your great contributions, your call, and your messages. And I would like to thank my panelists. We said ladies first. So Auntie Ya for always making it possible for your viewers to hear from you. And also our Uncle POD for the great job you always do. Thank you for your advice. Thank you for the kind of knowledge that you give out to our listeners and viewers. And we have our engineer, the person of Mr. Clemsy. Mr. Clemsy, thank you so much for always make this program possible to come on air. And we have the producer, again, Mr. POD, and the executive producer, Nana Yao Enin. You can call him Bra Pop. Yes. So, we thank you all for watching us. We thank you all for tuning in to Jafric Radio. We have our sponsors, Bayside Modeling Agency, the Church of Pentecost, Zion Company Limited, Afrokiss Japan, Simon Noble Solicitors, Tomrick Hotel at East Legon in Accra, Ghana, Willie Knox Jeans, and 1225 Jeans. Our next program is coming on at 6:30 p.m. Japan time, and it's an hour of divine inspiration with our daddy, Pastor Emmanuel Edu Jemfi. So please, at 6:30, just join us as we join our daddy to hear the word of God, the word of inspiration that will help us.
This is Jafric Radio.
On. We thank you all, and until we meet again next week, we say sayonara.
This is Jafric Radio. This is Jafric Radio.